All right, we're here with Seinäjoki Crocodiles quarterback Spencer Cutlan. Spencer, welcome to the podcast, man. Welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah, always a pleasure, man.
It's good to have you on, man. We want to ask you a couple of things about last week's game, and then we'll get into the playoff matchup. First thing about last week's game, what was going on with you when you personally were, what was it, 8 for 8 passing in this game? Like, what was going on in your mind when you're like, dude, everything I'm throwing is dimes. I got 2 touchdowns already. I'm throwing dimes out here. What was going on in your mind, Spencer?
Dimes. Well, I don't know if it was dimes or the fact that our guys were open. It's just that we had a good week of practice and we knew what was coming. Obviously, the situation in Portugal isn't great, so there were a few matchups on the field that were favourable to us. So it made my job a little bit easier that our guys are that good. You know, like Roby is a complete receiver. He's a beast. Tim's good. Dre's good. Jan, like even our young guys, Jan and Emily this week. Like everyone caught a ball last week, which was, you don't often hear that. And I think every running back carried the ball as well. So our game plan was just to go out and play with no limits this time. Like not so much no pressure, because in our eyes it was a must-win game. But me personally, I was just trying. Like, I know this is a football answer, but I was just trying to execute every play the way it's supposed to be. I know that's boring for the podcast, but me in my position, being a wide receiver, impersonating a quarterback, that's what I got to do. I got to go to the line, check the defense, snap count, make it read, throw the ball. Kind of robotic.
Just doing
ways.
your job. Q, you got anything for him?
Yeah, my question was, at a certain point in the game, when you guys knew you were going to win, did it come over you that, you know what, I got to the playoffs as the quarterback of the Seinäjoki Crocodiles? Did it hit you at some point in that game?
I would rephrase it like the Seinäjoki Crocodiles got to the playoffs with Spencer at quarterback. It wasn't me on my team. We all know, it's not, you're blind if you can't see it. There's a lot of aspects to our game that is not anything related to me. I contribute in a way, but there are guys that have larger roles, even though the ball's in my hand. So I think as a team, the first game, we'd only been together as a full team a week max. I think some of us had even only had one practice together, so that was kind of our warm-up game. But week on week, we've improved, and we've built on not even our football aspects, but also as a group, we've come together, and that really showed in the Quarterback game, and even the last game against the Butchers, because we started okay with 2 big scores, but we really got together, especially at halftime, to be like, right, we keep the pedal on the metal, keep going forward as we want to in the third quarter, because we didn't want to leave anything on the field and get quality reps in preparation for next week. But it's a great feeling, yeah. To have that achievement there, I have to look at it and be like, wow, that's fantastic. And it could have been even better, even though we're fourth seed. If one result went another way, we'd be number 2 seed. So that would have looked even more, unbelievable at the start of the season, especially after one of the commentators on Rules who said I was the worst mistake that the Crocodiles have ever made. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So, we've said things too, but I don't think we went that far. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, who said that?
I don't know who it was.
If only we knew his name.
But,
Oh, gosh. Ooh, who's that guy?
They're going to have to
Whoever's in
reassess
charge
their career choices, I imagine, after this.
Yeah, whoever's in charge of the Maple League memes, find that guy for us. Put something up.
Yeah.
Be nice. So let's talk about the playoffs, man. You guys are the 4 seed. How? My question is, okay, you're going to be playing against the Steelers again. You beat them last time, but to be perfectly honest with what we saw, you probably played the best game of the season to beat them. Now, having to do that again is going to take, again, all you got. How do you feel like about having to redo that game in the semifinals instead of maybe having to play against an opponent who you feel like you have a much better advantage against?
My first response to that is I think we're a team that plays up to opposition that are better than us, and we kind of have to build up some momentum against lower teams or teams that maybe not are as successful as us. So when we played against the better teams, we really pulled it out of the bag. I think this game comes down to a lot of preparation. Coaching is a big aspect of it. Yeah, okay, there are weapons all over the field on both sides. We know that. But it's about how you use those weapons and the systems that are in place to obviously exploit things in a football mindset. It's not a question of who wants it more. Everyone at this level wants it at the same amount. It's purely just, I think, preparation, execution, and strategy. I know again, I'm coming out with the boring football answers here, but that's what it is. We saw in the game against them last time, it was 14-7. That's the lowest scoring game of this season. Yet it was the best game. For the real football fans out there, they know it was the best game of football. Everyone wants to watch CP run, 94 yards, truck 11, 12, 13 people trying to tackle him. That's awesome to see. But if you're a real football fan, you know that those bigger games against Skopje, they're the real strategic and football oriented games where you get skill, you get strategy all coming together into one. So obviously it's going to be tough, but I think we're built to, we beat them. We're going to prepare very well, and there's no way I don't think we can do that again.
Q, what you got for
him? Just to kind of harp on that, what you said, everybody wants to see CP run. I think he'll be a big part of this playoff run for you guys. Being that you did beat him the last game, it has to give you some type of confidence to know that, we've done it before. You know what I mean? I know a lot of guys on your teams maybe haven't been around as long as you have with the Crocs as far as the playoff experience. But I think having you, having Tim, having a lot of those guys that have been around this Crocs organization going into the playoffs, I think that's an advantage for you guys. So what kind of things are you telling you guys, getting ready for this game?
Just believe. It comes down to believing. If you're on the field and you've got your assignment, you're ready to go. You have to have that added, that cherry on the top, which is, I believe this is going to work. And we've proven that we've beaten them before. Obviously, our week starts now. Meetings today. So as long as we prepare well, that belief will be. We'll talk about it in practice. We'll talk about it before the game. And that is going to be the key ingredient, is to see it and know that, okay, we've done this before. That's not a given. It's still going to be a fight all the way to the end, but we've done it before and we can do it again. So yeah, you're absolutely right. The belief is critical. It's really important.
Well, that's it for us, Spencer. We appreciate you, telling us a little bit about the upcoming game on the podcast. You had a great finish to the 2020 regular season. We wish you and the Seinäjoki Crocodiles best of luck this upcoming semifinals game against Skopje Steelers, man.
Thanks very much, man. A shout out to AFI as well for being able to broadcast it over Europe. They've done a great job pairing with Ruto and giving the chance for people to see the only football going on right now. It's us in Norway, I believe. So, you guys have had something to talk about at least, and people in Europe have been able to see it. So it's going to be a great game, and always it's a pleasure to, throw some jive out with you guys.
Well, yeah.